Well, hello, it's me, Nancy. Today I do have a hat I could be wearing. There you see. But I like my hair when it flips up. It looks kind of nice. Anyway, so hello, it's me again. Well, I'm just down here drifting like Wilson. He's quite an example to me of how to drift. Just go with the flow. And I'm trying to do just that. Go with the flow. I've been sitting here in this paddle boat of Willem's. It's really nice. You don't have to paddle with your hands at all. You just paddle with your legs. That's one thing about the kayak, was I was always paddling with my arms. I get great upper body exercise, but nothing for my legs. This one, however, is all for my legs, so I guess I should swap back and forth. But in this one, I can sit here and make a video, and I can do that in the kayak too, but I can knit. You know, I'm knitting all the way through. It's summer now. Well, it's the 1st of, what is it, the 1st of June? I guess it must be because it's been May for a while. Yeah, so it's the 1st of June. Darn it, June, July, August. Those will go zipping by just like February, March, and April did. It all goes around. What goes around comes around. Just go with the flow. Everything I ever needed to learn, everything I ever needed to know, I learned in the pond. If you don't want to get your feet muddy, stay on the dock. But if you really want adventure, get in the mud. And all the good stuff happens in the mud. Hardly anything happens on the dock. See all my wisdom? Did you know I'm 62? Just in case any of you wanted to know. That's right, 62. On account of my exceeding age. Oh, no, I'm sorry, on account of my exceeding wisdom. That's why I'm 62. Little kids are now, they treat me like I'm really, really, really old. Like, I don't mean little kids, I mean teenagers. Oh, well. They're lost, because I'm just happy. But that's alright. I've been drifting around so long, I'm tired. Who could ever be tired of going with the flow? Just being a drifter. These dragonflies are watching over me. Hey, look, doesn't this look pretty right there? Seeing those brown cattail tops through the cattails. And if you're going to look for tree frogs, they're going to be right down, just around in here. Sometimes they'll get in between there, something like that. Hey, you like my sock? Yeah, I just finished making it. Got another one over here, but I ran out of yarn for that side. Hey, I guess I got more yarn. I've been making socks all year now. I keep making them. I'm making all kinds of them, all kinds of colors. That's great. I'm having socks to go with everything. Now, some people would make socks for other people, you know, or they would make little preemie outfits for people for hospital babies, for the whatever preemies. Me? No, I'm just making socks for me. If I don't make socks for me, I won't have socks, because you can't buy socks like this. They're so awesome, you can't even buy them. And you can't commission anybody to make them, because who's going to charge, who's going to pay your time? Nah. And China doesn't make them either. Oh well. So I just keep knitting and knitting. I do 2 at a time, toe up. I do the Judy cast on. Yeah, and generally cast on about 10 stitches on each side. of each sock. So I start about with 20 stitches. And then I add 1 stitch on each end of each side until, well, sometimes I'll add 1. I'll do a row where I add 1 on each end, and then do another row which is just straight, and then add, and then straight, and then add, and then straight. Depends. If I want them to point more, like to have a bigger V, then I'll just add every row. But if I want it to be more gradual, then every other row, you know. And I do that until it's about time to make a heel. And I just use half of the stitches, and I knit across, and I wrap one. You slip it onto the other needle. And then you take it off the needle and onto this needle. Then you put your yarn around, and then you put it back on that needle, and your yarn goes all the way around. So you've actually wrapped it. Then you knit back to the other end, and you wrap that stitch. And you have to purl. You knit a row, purl, knit, whatever. You're just going back and forth. And so you keep wrapping one on each end till they're less and less and less, until you've got whatever the width of the top of your toe is, maybe 8 stitches or 6 stitches. I mean your heel. And then you go back. Make sure you've got, like, if you've got 6 on one end that have been wrapped, you've got to have 6 on the other end that have been wrapped. So then you take off the one, you lift the wrap and the stitch, and you knit it. Then you wrap the next stitch. So you're actually going to have 2 wraps on that stitch. And you go back and you do the same thing, and you keep doing that, wrapping the stitch beyond until you're at the end. And then you pick up the last one, then you pick up the last one, and then you move to the other sock. And you start making its heel. And as soon as you've gotten that far, then you just carry on knitting all the way around both of them. And then you're heading up the leg. See? Look at the dragonfly. So you keep going up the leg, and if you feel you ought to increase somewhere, see, I increased right there. I think that's where I did it. Oh no, I twisted something over. It's like I made a mistake there. Imagine, a mistake. Me. Oh wait, no, that's where I added a new thread, so it's just not tight enough. Something like that. Sun is dropping behind the tree, so it's time to start making noise. I should make a noise. Chug-a-rum, chug-a-rum. Va-rum, 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 va-rum. Wow, the water's warm and soft. That's nice. I figured out what all the stuff is that's been on the water. It's not scum. It's all these cattail seeds. So Dale's been up there with Trevor putting the roof on the house today. Putting the metal roofing on top. And meanwhile, Tony and Corey were working on that deck. Making it 5 feet wider. And that's what's been going on. Oh, here comes a water beetle. A couple of them, 3 of them. Those are the first ones I've seen this year. I haven't seen any. Oh, I never finished telling you about my socks. So you keep knitting all the way up until you get to the size you want it. And then you cast off. And you're done. Usually takes me one sitting to do from the toe to the heel. Another sitting to go up around the heel and up to the ankle and another sitting to come up to the top of the leg. So those sittings could be like, you know, a couple of hours, 3 hours maybe, 4 hours. I don't know how many hours it takes me to knit these socks. I always keep them with me. I knit them whenever I've got to sit and stop for a minute. Just what I do, you know how that is. Well, if I ever expect to upload this, I better get rid of it because I have to turn off my uploading thing. Very slow now. It's so fast in Ottawa. I was at my son's house and it was like a 10-minute video uploaded in a minute. I couldn't believe it. Me, a 10-minute video. Oh, look what we have. Wiggle those wings. Also a lot of energy to wiggle them that fast. You know what happened to me today? I had a hummingbird. I was holding an apple, eating an apple, and a hummingbird came over and flew around between me and the apple and around the apple. Oops. Isn't that amazing? Too bad I didn't have my camera out at that moment. Oh look, that's much better. There's Nancy. I have matching thumbs and matching fingers on the top. Uh-oh. Whatever. Okay, I gotta go. Goodbye.